Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and this is Best Bookish Reviews, and I'm here today to start a reading vlog. Okay, so we know it's time to go back to school. Now, I am off tomorrow, Monday, because it was a teacher work day, but I'm going to do my work from home, which is okay. So let me show you. We and my husband also said that, you know, we could go a couple places. Now I have to get my work done first, but if none of my colleagues are going to be there tomorrow, then I'm not going up to the school. But let me show you what I'm reading, tell you about them a little bit. And I've already finished one book so far, and I've started several. I finished the first, well, not the first book of the month, but the first book I finished was 84 Charing Cross Road by Helene Hempf. And this was one of the Books Love Jenna's book club picks. And I believe it was Jeannie's pick. I believe these are Jeannie's picks. And I'm not going to say much about it. I'm just going to say I gave it 5 stars. I've also just started The Uncommon Reader by Alan Bennett. And this is about the Queen going into a traveling library. I only know that because that's already happened. I'm also reading for my DIY literature degree and for the We Love Jenny Readathon. I'm reading Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell. The We Love Jenny Readathon is hosted by Christy from Dostoevsky in Space and Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia, and it is in memory of Jennifer Brooks. And I found this on her, I had to make sure this was the one, on her Goodreads page. So I already knew I wanted to read it for my DIY literature degree, semester 3. So that's why semester 3 came up a bit earlier than it was going to. So I am at chapter 12 as of right now, and I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, along with that, I'm about to start Anthony Trollope's Framley Parsonage. This is in the series Barsetshire novels. Barsetshire. Anyway, I'm gonna read this. I know it's in that series, but I've heard that you can read them out of order, and I'm going to, because this is supposed to be comforting and community building, and it's supposed to be one of those stories that carries you, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, I'm also reading, I'll put it up here because it's way in the other room, and I just decided I'd start this vlog. And I'm also reading The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. And I'm about, I think I'm on page 50. I'm absolutely loving that one. And my hold has just come in from the library for Killing Reagan by Bill O'Reilly. And it says, The Violent Assault That Changed a Presidency. So I really like his books. I read Killing Lincoln first and decided I really enjoyed how he wrote nonfiction. And so then I read Killing Kennedy and also enjoyed it. So now I'm going to continue on. And I'm also going to try to read Killing England this year as well. Not this month. So this one is for my TBR spin that's hosted by Freshly Read Books, who I tried to rename her channel. Anyway, I will leave everybody linked down below, and if you're interested in joining, any of these, but imagine that Buffalo Hunter Hunter is on the stack as well. I'll just post it up here again. This is my TBR for this week, and I will be back to update you soon. Hello. Well, it's my next clip. I did some reading yesterday. I haven't finished a book, but I did get a little further in Mary Barton. And right now, Jim has finally confronted Mr. Carson and demanded to know his motive or his intentions for Mary. And yeah, that is interesting. I think I told you about reading some of Killing Reagan. I'm still on page 36. I listened to a little bit of Framley Parsonage. I don't know if I already told you this or not. I made it to page 40. This is about Mr. Robarts, who is the vicar, I guess is what they're called, a clergyman. And I have not read anything else in the Buffalo Hunter Hunter. I read a few more pages in someone about the Queen being a reader. Oh, The Uncommon Reader by Alan Bennett. It's in there by my bed now too. And last night I got a message from somebody who does that is in the book club that Jenna runs, and they said that they would buddy read it with me. A book that I'm a little nervous about reading. So now I don't know anything about this. I know that it has some language in it, and one of the characters is questionable. So I have the right to DNF. So anyway, I'm going to pick up Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry, and she is reading it because she is part of Benjamin McAvoy's Patreon. I'm just reading it because I'm interested in it. And I hope that there's nothing in here other than some language. Yeah, so I'm planning on starting that. I'm gonna map it out, how much I need to read to get it done by the end of this month. I don't know when she's planning on finishing it. She may read it over the 2 months, so because that's what he allowed for them to read it. Anyway, I will drop his name, link to his channel name, or his channel down below, and yeah. So that was not something I was expecting this month, so that'll be interesting. I will see you in a bit. Hello. Well, today is Wednesday, and unfortunately I was not able to go to work today. It is 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just sitting here doing a little bit of diamond painting, trying to rest up. I was sick, and had to call in this morning, and I had a migraine and was sick all last night. So that is not the thing you want to do on the second day back from Christmas break. But, you know, things happen. So I did start about 1:30. Started listening to Mary Barton. I was sitting in my room, in my bedroom, in our bedroom, and I was just listening to Mary Barton, and I was writing down my books on my bookshelf. I'm putting them in a notebook, and then I'm going to type them out. And I started listening. I was on page, I think I was in Anyway, I finished the book tonight. I stopped for a little while and I came in here and watched a little bit of YouTube. Really couldn't find anything. And I ate a little bit to try to see if I could, how my stomach was doing. A little bit of diamond painting. I'm working on my fantasy. Oh, I finished my square on my Wicked painting. Every Tuesday I try to do a square. Well, I kind of got sick last night when I was working on that, so I thought, well, I'll just go on to bed. And I tried to listen to some of Lonesome Dove, and I was just laying there on the bed, and I had it my phone laying on me, and I was just like, oh, I can't do this. So I just turned it off, and I put it to the side and just went to bed. And when my alarm went off, I'd been up several times during the night, and I was like, I can't go. So I just called in and told them I couldn't make it. And of course, they're real understanding. They don't want you there if you're sick because you're not 100% grateful for that. So anyway, Mary Barton. I don't want to say too much because I know my friend Chris, she's still reading, and I don't want to give anything away to anybody who's not read it. But I read this for the We Love Jenny Readathon. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Favorite book. New favorite. This might be my favorite book of the year. I know it's early, but it's going on there. 5 stars. North and South is probably my favorite from last year. I know I didn't say that, but I still think about that book. I just love Elizabeth Gaskell's writing. I love the way she creates her characters and forms her characters. You get to know them. They're real people. And the way she just makes them so wholesome, but they're not without fault. And no wonder this was one of Jennifer Brooks's favorite books. At least I think it was. I think it was on her favorites list. It may have just been on her, one of her higher rated books. But it is about Mary Barton. And yeah, there's a love triangle in it. But it's so well written. Elizabeth Gaskell can just write such beautiful scenes. And her characters are so well developed. So beautiful, so rich, and yes, I just loved it. And oh my goodness, I just love it. And I stopped tabbing. You can't tab everything, so if I could, I would have tabbed the whole book, but you can't tab everything. And everything was beautiful. I mean, I'll go back and do a reread probably later this year. And right now I just want to sit with it. And so many things stand out to me. But there's one scene that is just so memorable. And it is just such a good book. And if you haven't read Mary Barton, it is only, my copy, like this one, is only, this is the appendix, it's only 366 pages. You need to read it. It is so good. Or listen to it. I listened to most of it. And then I would follow along. I'd catch up and I'd follow along. It's so good. I can't tell you enough how good it is. And even with my headache today, it was so good. It was so good. So I just wanted to come on here and share that with you. And yeah, so that was my day today. And anxious to get back to work tomorrow and get back into the routine. I was there Tuesday, and the first day back, he's not able to get you established into a routine. And so we need to be back and get us back started. And this probably threw everybody off. And so when a teacher has to miss, it's really hard on everybody. It's hard on the teacher, of course, because they have to make lesson plans. And then, of course, somebody has to print them out and get stuff ready for them. I thankfully have great people I work with, and anybody would do it for me that up there. My friend always does it, but any of them are my friends. So, but Mary is the one that always she always is there earlier, so she always says she'll do it for me. So but then the kids, they need that stability, and when the teacher is gone, it throws off their equilibrium. And they understand. They know that a teacher can't be there every day, that sometimes the teacher gets sick too, or they have appointments and stuff, but it kind of rocks their world just a little bit, and that's not to say, that's not to put myself up above anybody else. I'm saying when any teacher is out, children come to school because they need that structure. And when their teacher is out, and, that case is there, sometimes teachers have to be out. It's inevitable. It does upset the cart just a little bit. They survive, but it's hard on them. It's hard all around, though. It's hard on the teacher, because the teacher has to get all these plans and all these different things ready, and then but it's hard on the kids too. So anyway, enough of that. I've been rambling on here about 9 minutes about nothing. So I'm gonna go and go read Mary Barton. It's amazing. And I'll talk to you in the next clip. Hello, it is Saturday night, and I am way deep into this 24-hour readathon that I have decided to do. And I'm just running my clock as I read. And I have stopped it right now because I'm not reading. And I watched a show with my mom. We like to watch Father Brown. And sometimes her more than me. But I did stop it long enough to watch that with her, and I'd like to get down to 10 hours before I go to bed tonight. I don't know if that's happening. I might have to run my clock longer, read more tomorrow, but I do like to watch YouTube a lot. And so let's see, so let me tell you what all I've been reading. So first thing I listened to, I'll have to put up here because it's in the other room. I listened to and finished Killing Reagan by Bill O'Reilly. 5 stars. This was really good. As I've said before, I really like his writing. I love Bill O'Reilly's writing, and he does this little series, or he did this little series with Martin Dugard. And I've read Killing Lincoln, Killing Kennedy, and now I've finished Killing Reagan. And so the next one, let me open my little notebook up. The next one I read into was Framley Parsonage by Anthony Trollope. I was on page 203 and I went to 270. Yeah, it's just like a little cozy read. Then I picked up a book that I'm reading for the We Love Jenny Readathon. And I listened to 76 pages of that. That was for my first session of my 75 booked for the day. And that was Atonement by Ian McEwan. This one, I mean, this book is 351 pages. So, I mean, 76 pages every time I read, it's going to be pretty good. I'll be finished with it in a few days. Then I picked up Framley Parsonage again. I didn't do my second session yet. And I listened to 29 more pages of it. And then I did my second session and I went on to her favorites. Atonement was on Jennifer Brooks's Goodreads page as one of her favorites. So I thought, well, let me see if I have one that's on there. I have a couple others that I've watched that are on her 5-star reads for the years, going through there. And since we're trying to read in her memory, I just thought I'd see if there was another one that was on her favorites that I could get from the library right away. And so I come across The Great Gatsby. So I was able to check out the audiobook from the library, and I read 50 pages in this. And so I'm working on those three: Framley Parsonage, The Great Gatsby, Atonement, and yeah. Oh, and Lonesome Dove will probably work in at some point. But this is pretty much my stack right now because of it being the We Love Jenny Readathon, and this 24-hour readathon is for in her memory. So total today I have read a little over 400 pages, so not bad to start with, and I'm hoping I can get a few more completed. And as you know, my students and I are trying to read 7 books, so yeah, we're looking for that first check mark on the board. I already got one. I finished Killing Reagan today. So now I haven't put it on there, but I get to tell them about it when we get there. They're not going to be happy. I have one student who I think is going to have finished a book, at least one, maybe 2. But anyway, I'll be back with some more updates, possibly. And I'll especially be back to tell you how it went. So until then, okay, so this is my next update. I have finished The Great Gatsby, and okay, this could be my favorite read of the year. I'm giving it 5 stars. I'm already ready to reread it. Yes. So yes, this is about Nick, and he meets his cousin, and her name's Daisy, and he also meets a friend of hers, and he meets Daisy's husband Tom, and then he meets his neighbor whose name is Gatsby, and yeah, you gotta read it. This is wonderful, and it's a really easy read. Now I didn't physically read it, but yeah, I did follow along in some of it, but it was great. 5 stars, and yeah, incredible. So that's my update, and I'm going on to the next one. Okay, so in this clip, last night, well, this morning about 3 o'clock, I ended up finishing Framley Parsonage by Anthony Trollope, and this was a good book. I'm going to give it 4 stars. It did kind of drag a little bit in the very beginning. Just trying to get everybody's names, and I believe it would go a lot faster if I would have read through the series first, but having to get to know everybody, and it may not have been any better in that respect. But I really did end up enjoying it, and I really liked Lord Lufton and Lucy, even though that's not who it was actually about. It was actually about Mark Roberts. But Lord Lufton and Lucy, I hope to see them in a future book. So I don't know if I will, but I do know I will see Dr. Thorne in a future book, because there's a book called Dr. Thorne. Maybe not a future book, maybe a previous book. I don't know. I don't know the series, how the series goes, but I'm going back to the beginning. I will not reread this one. No, I guess I will see him in a previous book, because it goes the Warden, Barchester, Towers, Dr. Thorne, and then this one. So, anyway, well, I didn't update you on this other one either, I don't think. I don't remember if I told you I read The Great Gatsby. Anyway, yeah, so 4 stars. If I didn't, F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, 5 stars. Oh, I think I did, because I said it might be one of my favorite books of the year. Well, it would be one of my favorite books of the year. Okay, now I'm going to, I started Uncle Silas by J.S. Lefanu, and when I go in there to I don't know where I was going with that. I do need to read The Buffalo Hunter. So, but that's a physical read. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get to reading this, and it is Gothic, and I think it fits really well with The Romance of the Forest, which is my next read in my semester 3 DIY literature degree. And since I finished Family Parsonage, I will be picking that up as well, but just not at this present moment. And I'm going to listen to this, and I'm going to diamond paint and move on through the day. I'm back. This is my final clip. I've come to close out the vlog and the readathon together, because they're together. So I've done a lot of reading, a lot of listening, and so let me start with during the reading vlog, not the 24-hour readathon. I finished Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell. I finished that on Wednesday, and because that's the day I had to call in sick to work, waking up with a migraine. So that was book number 1 that I finished this week, and that was the first book that I finished for the We Love Jenny readathon. Then the next book that I finished was in my 24-hour readathon that I was doing, and that was Bill O'Reilly's Killin' Reagan, and that was yesterday morning. Both of these are 5 stars. This one, Mary Barton, probably my favorite book of the year. But I'm reading Wives and Daughters pretty soon. All right. The next book I finished Saturday Night, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And that's going to be a 5 stars too. Yeah. This morning, early this morning at 3 something, I finished Framley Parsonage by Anthony Trollope. These two were on my DIY literature degree. And yes, I'm not sure about this star rating yet. I don't know if it's 4 or 5 stars yet. I'm still thinking. So, along with those, I have read 3 chapters in Wuthering Heights. "179 pages in Uncle Silas" by J.S. LeFanu. And 78 pages in Atonement. So, my total page count that I have read this weekend is 1,022 pages. That's just this weekend. I just added up just this weekend's pages. Yes, just this weekend. So, my next goal is to finish these 2 since they're started, and I have audiobooks. I have the audiobook coming in for this one, and I want to get it finished because these are all We Love Jenny book picks, Jennifer Brooks book picks, and then begin my other DIY literature degree books, which are The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins and The Romance of the Forest by Anne Radcliffe. I also need to read Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella and Bridge to Haven by Francine Rivers. So, all said and done. So far, this week, I finished these books. I only get to put 3 check marks on the board because I can't count Mary Barton because we hadn't started. So, I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. I know it got a little long, but it's my first one of the year, and I'm enjoying it. I'm going to throw in some B-roll. It's not my B-roll. I'll have to find some B-roll for you. I didn't go anywhere. So, anyway, yeah. I may not. I may just throw it up there. And, yeah, because I'm on a no-buy. I couldn't go anywhere and look at anything. Because I have no control. No shelf control. I have no shelf control. Because I knew if I was going to go, I was going to buy. So best stay out of the store. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this reading vlog. and go join the people down below. Check out their videos and their channels, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.